Welcome to A Walk from Past into the Future, the revitalization of Tainan's Xinhua Market. In this course, we will explore the transformation process of Tainan's Xinhua Market to see how a traditional market was turned into a modern, multifunctional urban space. This video will walk you through Tainan's historical background, some characteristics of traditional markets, and the innovative design concepts of Xinhua Market. By comparing the old and new markets, you will see how this transformation has made the market more appealing and its functions better, which adds a modern touch to Tainan, a city with rich culture and tradition. Besides a virtual tour of the history of Tainan and the transformation story of Xinhua Market, I have designed 3 multiple-choice questions to make sure you fully understand the video. Don't worry, all the answers are hidden in the video waiting for you to explore. Moreover, to help you apply what you've learned, I've prepared a short answer question at the end of the lesson for you to review and consolidate the knowledge you will gain today. Finally, there's a carefully designed post-class quiz, so don't forget to take it and see if you fully understood the course content. After completing this course, you will have a deeper understanding of the history of Tainan and the Xinhua Market. You will also have a better grasp of the related vocabulary taught in the video. This learning experience will help improve your English skills and significantly enhance your knowledge of Taiwan. These learning outcomes are beneficial to increasing your knowledge and boosting your confidence and communication skills. For example, when you encounter similar situations during future travels, you will be able to engage in deeper conversations with others more confidently and express your views more clearly. No matter whether you have a strong interest in traditional markets or local culture, or you are new to this field, this course will provide you with a solid foundation, enabling you to further explore and research this fascinating area. We hope you can apply the knowledge and skills you will learn to everyday scenarios, creating more opportunities and rewards for your personal growth. Hearing about this course content and the learning outcomes, aren't you excited? Without further ado, let's get started. In this video, we'll first walk you through the historical background of Tainan. Let's explore this ancient cultural city together. Before revealing the questions, I want to make sure you don't get too immersed in the video and forget to pay attention to the key points. Therefore, I have included attention prompts in the video to highlight the important points. Question 1. Which of the following statements about Tainan is true? A. Tainan is located on the northwestern coast of Taiwan and is the first city developed in Taiwan. B. Tainan preserves numerous significant historical buildings from various periods. C. Tainan only has historical buildings and does not have any modern landmarks or national parks. D. The mangoes and pomelos produced in Tainan are of poor quality, so they don't contribute much to Taiwan's agricultural market. Got the question? Remember to pay attention to the attention prompts in the video. Let's play the video now. 3, 2, 1.
Go to any market in Tainan City, Taiwan, and one of the most popular dishes you can get is the oyster omelet.
台南人嘴巴都比较刁吧，最主要你东西一定要新鲜，就是因为市场近，拿东西什么都比较新鲜。
Ms. Zhang has run her stall here for 50 years. For her, the traditional markets are the beating heart of this dynamic city.
现在台南是最热闹的地方，吃的也好，生活技能都很好。 台南的生活习性就是这样子就是比较它传统式啊。
Sometimes, though, tradition just becomes a little old-fashioned. In this oldest city in Taiwan, there's one traditional market that's about to change beyond recognition. With its avant-garde design, it will not just be an important place for people to get their food. It'll be a destination in itself, with places to get together and take in the landscape of the region. The new market is set to bring ancient Tainan traditions into the future. Located on the southwest coast of the island, Tainan was the first city to develop in Taiwan. It was founded in the 17th century and became Taiwan's most important political, economic, and cultural center. Eventually, it was succeeded by Taipei, which replaced Tainan as capital in the late 19th century. But many important monuments remain, making the city unique. Forts built by the Dutch, gates constructed in the Qing dynasty and beyond, grand public buildings put up during the Japanese occupation.
Tainan 是台湾的第一个城市，它即将进入400年，所以呢，以前的台南就是一种这个文化的台南、美食的台南、古迹的台南。
But the city is determined to show there's more to it than that. There's unusual architecture and design in the city center. A high-tech science park, stunning landscapes in the national park, and all the rich agriculture of the nearby Jianan Plain.
但是在地的农产品，我这庄脚拢讲九尾水啦，伊个是嘛是酸甜啊，人讲较有气味啦。油是满豆上好食的老张，迄有汁，有汁个甜。
Mrs. Chun has been selling fruit for nearly 40 years. Every August, her stall fills with mangoes and pomelos, some of Taiwan's most important agricultural products.
I'm sure everyone is familiar with Tainan. Now let's find out what the answer is. Question 1. Which of the following statements about Tainan is true? A. Tainan is located on the northwestern coast of Taiwan and is the first city developed in Taiwan. B. Tainan preserves numerous significant historical buildings from various periods. C. Tainan only has historical buildings and does not have any modern landmarks or national parks. D. The mangoes and pomelos produced in Tainan are of poor quality, so they don't contribute much to Taiwan's agricultural market. This one is quite easy. The answer is B. Options A, C, and D are false. In the video, they mentioned that Tainan is located on the southwestern coast of Taiwan. It is the first city developed in Taiwan with a history of over 400 years. In addition to preserving the historical buildings from various periods, Tainan also consists of modern architecture, a high-tech science park, and even some national parks. As for the mangoes and pomelos produced in Tainan, both the cultivation techniques and the quality of the fruits are excellent. They are among Taiwan's most important agricultural products and are very well known. Today, we're going to learn the cardinal directions in English, such as north, south, east, and west. Let's start with the basics. North, south, east, west. Now, let's combine these to describe the ordinal directions. Northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. You can use these terms in a sentence when you want to describe the directional relations between things. Here's how you can structure your sentences. Subject, plus verb, plus preposition, plus direction. For example, I am to your northeast. The school is to the west of the park. 2. Place plus verb, plus in the plus direction. Plus involves plus reference point. For example, the mountain is in the southwest of the city. Our house is in the northwest of the park. Remember, when using directions in English, always make sure you use the correct prepositions, such as to, in, or of, to clearly show the relationship between places. A supplementary explanation of the differences between to, in, and of. 1. To indicates direction, movement, or going from one place to another. 2. In indicates a position within a certain area, usually referring to a static location or a larger region. 3. Of indicates the static relative position between two places. Now, let's do a fun activity and practice the usage of directions. I will give you a set of instructions, and your task is to follow them on the map and locate the museum. You will start from the designated point on the map. Here's the instruction. The museum is in the northwest of the train station, but from your current location, you need to first head north for a block. Ready? Remember, you can pause the video and take a closer look at the map so that you can follow the directions carefully. Did you find it? The museum is in the northwest of the train station. I hope this small activity has helped you better understand directions. Congratulations on completing the first question. I believe you now have a basic understanding of Tainan, this culturally rich city. Next, let's dive into the exploration of Xinhua Market's transformation journey. In the following video, you will learn about 3 different markets in Tainan: Xinhua Market, Shuixianggong Market, and the West Market from the Japanese colonial period. This video is also very fascinating. Let's keep watching. After watching the video, there will be questions for you to answer. Question 2. Which of the following statements about Tainan's markets is true? A. Xinhua Market is a small market and is not one of the major fruit wholesale markets in southern Taiwan. B. The fruits sold at Xinhua Market are very firm. This is why they can be stacked and transported with machines. C. Shuixianggong, which was built during the Qing dynasty, is now over 300 years old, and one of its main features is that it has its own market. D. The West Market, which was built during the Japanese colonial period, is similar to a traditional market with no modern planning or design. Got the question? Remember to pay attention to the attention prompts in the video. Let's play the video now. 3, 2, 1.
This is Xinhua Market, one of the most important wholesale markets for fruit in southern Taiwan. Covering a massive 1 hectare, it receives fruit from farms across the region.
我们的新化刚好地缘性刚好是平原跟接壤山区的一个叫要道了哈，所以在这个要道的部分呢，就会比较容易从一个那个山区有一些货物的集货地点，所以自然而然呢，它形成了一个那个果菜批发的一个市场。
There are 150 stalls in the market, and they trade over 100 tons of fruit every day. Fruit is fragile and has to be packaged carefully. It can't be stacked high for transport and must be moved by hand. To ease the job, electric tricycles shuttle up and down. They're a unique feature of Xinhua.
这历史是真久啊啦！我小学的时候吼，伊是无安尼，伊是迄落拢是农民吼，农民伊拢迄落载啊一袋一袋吼来遮卖，啊了有一个商机，啊生意人吼就来遮摆摊，啊较开始迄落搭这种提皮屋。
Mrs. Chun has spent most of her life in this market, and she has deep feelings for this place. But she realizes that it's not really attractive for the current generation of shoppers.
较早车嘛无遮济，即车咱会哪济嘛？当然无形中吼，遮就容纳不下啦。吼，啊，这是老旧嘛是的问题啦。头了4、50档的建筑啊啦，你要看上面拢有的生锈了，里啦嘛会生鲜啦，还是会漏水。
最近像疫情的关系，其实很多消费者其实他会更选择更明亮的一个空间去做消费，感觉到说其实这样的那个生意规模其实也渐渐没落。
The solution: a new market fit for the 21st century. The past is never far away in Tainan. The Shui Xiangong Temple was built in the Qing Dynasty over 300 years ago for worship of the water god. It's one of the most important temples in the city. But that's not its only claim to fame. It has its own market.
你去看台湾很多市场，它其实是跟庙宇有很大的关联，因为它会围绕在庙宇的周边，然后慢慢的产生一些市集的状况。水仙宫市场算是一个蛮有特色，因为它就在水仙宫前面，很多在地的台南人会知道说，利亚贝贝嗨散，你就是可能要到水仙宫去。
It's not just fresh fish. There are fruits and vegetables, and special local snacks. It's not for nothing this place has been called Tainan's Kitchen.
传统市场那是一个生活，你跟这些人摊贩都熟了，所以有时候他都知道你要买什么或者你要吃什么，然后就说哦，谢港哦，所以他就是会怎么讲？这是一种人情，这是其他的所谓的现在的便利商店或是所谓的超市比较难以取代。
The first trading place in Tainan sprang up during Dutch rule in the 17th century. As the city grew, its markets remained informal, in keeping with Han Chinese traditions. But then, in the early 20th century, the Japanese colonial government set about modernizing the city as they saw it. They built a new modern market hall, the West Market, with centralized management and sanitization. A century later, this building is a listed historical monument which has just been restored.
西市场一个很特别的地方是在于，它是R西的建筑，这样子的建筑工法在当时是非常少见的。它有很多个开口，它的那个玻璃，它是两面交错的，所以它雨进不来，可是它可以通风。所以它当初在设计的时候是有考量到我说采光跟通风，还有当然就是卫生的部分。
In its day, this market was something new, responding to the demands of the 20th century.
Wow, we just learned so many interesting facts about Tainan's markets. Let's see what the answer is. Question 2. Which of the following statements about Tainan's markets is true? A. Xinhua Market is a small market and is not one of the major fruit wholesale markets in southern Taiwan. B. The fruits sold at Xinhua Market are very firm. This is why they can be stacked and transported with machines. C. Shui Xiangong, which was built during the Qing Dynasty, is now over 300 years old, and one of its main features is that it has its own market. D. The West Market, which was built during the Japanese colonial period, is similar to a traditional market with no modern planning or design. This one is a bit challenging. Did you get it right? The correct answer is C. Options A, B, and D are false. In the video, we learned that Xinhua Market covers a vast area and is strategically located at a key route where the plains meet the mountains, which makes it one of the major fruit wholesale markets in southern Taiwan. The market consists of over 150 vendors, and more than 100 tons of fruit are traded daily. While the fruits sold in the market are quite fragile, they require careful packaging. They cannot be stacked for transportation and need to be handled manually. Therefore, most vendors in Xinhua Market use electric tricycles to transport the fruits, which is a distinctive feature of the market. Finally, the West Market, which was built during the Japanese colonial period, is a modern market building with centralized management and sanitary measures. The design of the building took ventilation and lighting into consideration. The video mentioned traditional temples, so let me introduce you to the English terms for 5 other different types of buildings. Church. A building where Christians, including both Protestants and Catholics, gather to worship and practice their religion. Example: every Sunday, the local community gathers in the church for the morning prayer. Cathedral. A large and substantial church, usually the central church of a diocese where the bishop presides. Example: the cathedral is known for its towering spires and stained glass windows. In brief, a church is any Christian place of worship, while a cathedral is usually larger and more iconic with its architecture than a regular church, often serving as the principal church within a region. Mosque, a place of worship for Muslims, where they gather for prayer and community activities. Example: the mosque in the city center is known for its beautiful architecture. Synagogue, a Jewish place of worship where the Jewish community gathers for religious services and events. Example: the synagogue is not only a place of worship, but also a center for community gatherings. Pagoda, a tiered tower with multiple eaves common in Asia, usually built for religious purposes, particularly in Buddhism. Example: the pagoda at the edge of the lake is a popular spot for tourists and locals alike. Congratulations on completing the second question. After learning about the 3 markets in Tainan, let's continue exploring Xinhua Market's new design concept. In the final segment, let's follow the vendors as they move into the new market and explore its spatial design and functionality together. After watching the video, there will be questions for you to answer. Question 3. Which of the following statements about Xinhua Market is true? A. The new design of Xinhua Market is inspired not only by traditional markets but also by the surrounding landscape. B. The new Xinhua Market is 8 times larger than the old market, featuring a simple open structure with high ceilings. C. Within 3 weeks, the new Xinhua Market attracted over 100,000 visitors, more than 10 times that of the old market. D. All of the above. Got the question? Remember to pay attention to the attention prompts in the video. Let's play the video now. 3, 2, 1.
Meanwhile, over on the other side of the city, a 21st century market is set to make history again.
I admire a couple of things in Taiwan enormously. Is the energy to make something new, to try to do something different, to build, and to construct.
Winnie Maas is a founding partner of Dutch architecture firm MVRDV. The company is perhaps most famous for its beautiful and unusual indoor market, built in its hometown of Rotterdam. Winnie and his team are bringing this experience to bear on building a new market for Tainan.
Xinhua Market is a special kind of market to start with that. It's out of the city. It is close to a highway, but not in the city. So that we found our inspiration not only in the classical markets, but also in the landscapes that surround it.
我们希望它可以融入地景，所以跟山林的结合这个意象是一开始就希望能够作为这样子的造型，有一点山丘的造型，然后整个屋顶像是等高线的去布置这种梯田的意象。
They plan to design a new landmark for the city, but also to update the concept of the traditional Tainan market.
We undulate the roof. So that inside we would have different heights, which is better for the cooling, for the circulation of and the pressure of the wind that goes through, to have more space to breathe. Therefore also a roof which has sometimes a peak so that you can overlook the roof and the complete environment, and in other places it goes down till it touches the earth, and so that you can walk up.
This unique building is set to become the new home for the fruit seller Mrs. Chun and for all the traders at Xinhua Market. It's a big moment for Mrs. Chun and her family. They sell one last basket of mangoes. Then it's time to move to their new stall.
人家都在那边做生意嘛，30-40当足久啊嘛，一定有感情啊，觉得说很不舍啊，一定会的啦。
Altogether, 100 electric tricycles take off from the old market. They're heading for their new home 3 kilometers away. It's the traders' first day at the new market. It's almost 8 times bigger than the old one, with a simple open structure and high wavy ceilings. The old market was cramped and dim. This one allows the traders to make a colorful and appealing display of all their wares. Wide aisles allow shoppers to wander about and browse in comfort. The new market also boasts a huge car park, so more customers can come. And it has room to grow. But it offers more than just new commercial opportunities.
This is a smart green building. The smartness is in the development of the plantation techniques and the maintenance techniques that can be then undertaken in this place. And yes, it's very green. It is by this cooling aspect, but also literally by all the plantation and all the terraces that are there, and that makes me incredibly happy to see that accomplished.
In its first 3 weeks, the new market attracts 100,000 visitors, 10 times as many as would come to the old market. It's a new record and a huge success.
一个亮丽的一个市场流，它吸引的不只是说消费者，摊商行为开始做改变。2代的开始愿意进来的时候，年纪大的这些摊商就愿意去投资。那有新的元素进来，其实会让市场充满更多活力。那我们希望说，成个代表性的一个观光市场，台湾第一个代表性的观光市场。
Markets may not be the highlight of Tainan, but they're immensely important for people's daily lives. And now they're developing and becoming something new. The new Xinhua Market isn't just a place where goods are traded. It's a new focal point for the city, a place that welcomes shoppers and visitors alike. A new concept of a market for the 21st century.
Awesome. Next time I visit Tainan, I'll definitely check out Xinhua Market. Now, let's reveal the answer. Question 3. Which of the following statements about Xinhua Market is true? A. The new design of Xinhua Market is inspired not only by traditional markets, but also by the surrounding landscape. B. The new Xinhua Market is 8 times larger than the old market, featuring a simple, open structure with high ceilings. C. Within 3 weeks, the new Xinhua Market attracted over 100,000 visitors, more than 10 times that of the old market. D. All of the above. This one is pretty easy, right? The answer is D. All of the above. In the video, it mentioned that the new Xinhua Market is not located in the city center like traditional markets, but near the highway. Therefore, the design team drew inspiration not only from traditional markets, but also from the surrounding landscape, incorporating elements of the mountains and forests. Additionally, the new Xinhua Market is 8 times larger than the old one, featuring a simple open structure with high ceilings. Unlike the narrow and dim old market, the new market allows vendors to display their colorful and attractive produce. Lastly, within 3 weeks of opening, the new market attracted over 100,000 visitors, more than 10 times that of the old market, achieving great success and setting a new record. The video mentioned how something is multiple times bigger or smaller than something else. Do you know how to express that in English? Today, we're going to learn how to talk about fractions and multiples in English, such as 1/3, double, twice, and 3 times. Let's start with the basic fractions words. 1. Fractions. To express fractions in English, we use the format numerator plus denominator. Example: 1/3. 1/3 of the pie was eaten by my friends during the party. Example: 2/5. 2/5 of the apples were spoiled. For fractions like 1/2 or 1/4, the specific terms are: example, half. I spent half the time you did. Example, 1/4 or a quarter. A quarter of the students passed the exam. Reminder: when you want to express a fraction of something, you use the format numerator plus denominator. Notice that half is used with the when we're talking about a specific quantity. 2. Multiples. To talk about multiples, we use phrases like twice, 3 times, 10 times, etc. Notice the structure. Subject plus is plus multiple, plus that of plus object. Example, double, twice. His salary is double that of my salary. Example, triple, 3 times. The revenue of this company is 3 times that of its competitor. When comparing twice or 3 times, you can also use the structure subject plus verb plus multiple plus as plus adjective adverb plus as. Example, this car costs twice as much as my old one. Now, to check if you really understand the concepts of fractions and multiples, let's do a simple quiz. Following is a conversation between Emily and John. Listen to the audio and follow along with the transcript. Then fill in the correct fraction or multiple based on their conversation. Are you ready? Let's get started.
John, I've noticed that my study time is much shorter than yours. How much time do you spend studying each day?
I study for about 3 hours every day. How about you?
I study for 1.5 hours each day, so that's the time you spend studying.
Yes, that's right. You spend as much time studying as I do. What about your brother? Does he study as much as you?
No, my brother studies twice as much as I do. So he studies 6 hours a day.
Wow, he's really dedicated. And what about your sister?
My sister studies even more. She spends times the amount of time I do, so she studies for 4.5 hours each day.
That's impressive. It seems like everyone in your family takes studying very seriously.
Yes, we all try our best, but I think I'll need to study more to keep up.
How did it go? Not too difficult, right? Now let's go over the answers. Emily studies for half the time John does. John confirms that Emily studies for half the time he does. Emily's brother studies for 3 hours every day, which is twice as much as Emily, who studies for 1.5 hours. Emily's sister studies 3 times as much as Emily, because 3 times 1.5 hours equals 4.5 hours. Just a reminder, if you find it a bit challenging, you can always rewind the video and listen again. Now, we are about to embark on a more challenging and interesting phase. This question requires a short answer. It will test you on the knowledge you've learned from the video. Let's take on the challenge together. Short answer question. If you were to take foreign friends on a tour of Tainan, as mentioned in the video, how would you introduce the history of Tainan or Xinhua Market to them? This one's a bit challenging, right? Don't worry. I've got a list of words you might use to prepare an answer. 1. Xinhua Market. 2. Modernized. 3. Wholesale. 4. Mango. 5. Pomelo. 6. Historical building. 7. Southwestern. 8. Green building. 9. Landmark. 10. Spacious. You can pause the video and think about how to use these words. If you already have an answer, read it out or write it down. Remember, practice makes perfect. Did you try to answer the question? If the answer is yes, that's great. If not, that's okay. Let me show you my answer. I want you to read it out with me. Tainan, located on Taiwan's southwestern coast, is the first city developed in Taiwan. It boasts numerous historical buildings from various eras, while it also consists of architecture of modern design. Xinhua Market is one of the city's landmarks, renowned for wholesaling a variety of agricultural produce, especially mangoes and pomelos, which are harvested locally. After its renovation, the market features not only spacious areas and high ceilings, but also incorporates green building elements, making it a modernized market. Congratulations on completing all the questions. Have you learned a lot at the end of this course? I also want to share a piece of good news with you. At the end of the video, there's a quiz for you to do so that you can review what you've learned from the video. So don't forget to do the quiz after watching the video. Enjoy studying. Bye.